Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Rach and Fi Unplugged. Hi, Fi.
Hi guys, how is everyone?
Okay, so we're not claiming to be experts in this topic today, and our topic is angel numbers, as you can see on the screen there. And we were just going to go through it because I don't know, for me, when you have I suppose it comes up as a synchronistic sort of sign for you. So when you're sort of going through something, or if you're unsure, quite often we'll see numbers all the time. It's really funny because I don't know about you, Fiona, but I tend to see the 111 on the clock, or the 1111, or even 222, things like that. But when I see those numbers come up, um, I take note of what I'm thinking. To me, it's just like, okay, what's going on? What am I doing right in this moment? Um, yeah. So, how about you? How do you
Yeah,
do?
absolutely the same, Rach. And it's normally ones for me. So
Yeah,
I will look at my phone at 11 minutes past 11 or 11 minutes past 1, take a little screenshot. Quite often I'll send it to you. But yeah, for me, it's all about the ones. It's all about stopping and going, okay, what's the message with this? And usually for me, it's just like be conscious of what you're thinking at the time, or
yeah.
you're on the right track. But I'm not sure whether there's a specific meaning behind the 111 for me. It's more about how I interpret it at the time. So
So it's almost just for you. It's just a little. I suppose it's just bringing you to your consciousness and going, oh, okay, I've been thinking about this, and then that's appeared. So
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
or a little confirmation that you're on track.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the 111 is, as you can see here, is trust your gut. Big things are coming. And
Mm.
um I thought that was really interesting. And it also I did a little bit more research. So the reason the topic came up today was because quite often people go to me, oh, I keep seeing this number, do you know what it means? And all I do is just Google it, because it's not something that I retain. But I just wanted to bring, or we wanted to bring some, just, I suppose, shed a little bit of light on the fact that these are delivering you messages, whether it's the meaning behind the numbers, or whether it's just that you're on track because you're seeing it as a sign. So we can all Google, but it was just more about bringing the spotlight to it and going, what numbers show up for you all the time? What does that number mean for you? And so the 111, which on here it says trust your gut and big things are coming, it also came back to, um, you know, it's all about you. You are one with the universe. So quite often it's like, oh, the angels are saying, yep, it's a go for me. And it does mean go, but it also means that you are all connected, and everything is playing out for you.
Also, too, with that one, Rach, I've read that that could mean be conscious of what you're thinking, which
Okay.
goes back to that as well, because, obviously what we think, where we're putting our attention, that's what we're manifesting and attracting into our life. So that's like a little bit of a different spin, but like similar meaning with the 111.
Beautiful. The other thing, all right, let's move on to 222. Oh, and I mean, obviously you can expand it out. So 1111, and you know, however they show up for you, I suppose. Just repetitive numbers, basically.
Hmm.
So 222. Um, so you're in the right place at the right time. Okay. So it's almost like the opportunities are coming your way.
Mm.
But it's also a really good, if you're seeing that, it's a time to really reevaluate and making sure that it's just the duality of things is the 222. So it's almost like a relationship type of number. um,
Well, in the tarot, it is
yeah,
relationships and it's that duality,
yeah,
partnerships.
Yeah.
And it can also be about balancing both sides of yourself as well, like honoring
Mm.
the light and the shadow, or the masculine and the feminine. So it is, and I think the two can mean patience. So I like that that's kind of about like just the reassurance that it's
Mm-hmm.
coming. It might not be
Yeah.
here yet, but just trust that it's on its way.
Ooh, and I love that you're able to bring this back to the tarot. So, and that is something else I just want to hit on is like, the information and the learnings we have from other modalities and that we've got, quite often the same message has been repeated
Mm,
over and over again, but they're just using a different language. So we can really look at something and go, ooh, to me, this, I really feel connected to this part of that message because that's what it's all about. It's just being, sometimes we need to hear the same thing over and over again, and it's not until it's delivered in a different way that it really resonates with us. So
mm.
that's just a little side note.
Yeah, and once you notice those synchronicities or those things popping up, it's quite incredible how frequently they the more you notice, the more
Yeah.
frequently they pop up. Like you might be following a car and the number plate's 222, and then you
Hmm.
look at the clock at 222. All these little, I don't weird, but that's probably not the right word. But yeah, we've become quite aware of the repeating numbers, and that's where you do need to go, okay, well, something's trying to get through here.
Something
Um,
needs my attention. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. All right. So let's go to 333. So
Mm.
it's your spiritual guide, um, or guides are with you in equilibrium. So the three is a real intuitive number. So I feel that that's really about you just trusting your own intuition, um, even though you're guided by your spiritual guides, but they're communicating with you. So, so if they're communicating with you, then you have to trust that intuition.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
also too, the three is about communication, as you said, Rach, and community. So
yeah,
reminding you that you do have this community around you that you may not be visible to the physical eye, but to trust that you do have that support system around you.
very, 100%, 100%. And I just reading my notes here, and it says it also encourages you to set plans into action and let your personal strength be the guide, so that your personal strength being the
Mm.
intuition, and to trust yourself and put a thought into your choices. Okay. And this number is also connected with optimism, creativity, and intuition. So there you go.
Mm. Yeah, three's a really joyful number, isn't it? I feel like it's just a fun, social, creative sort of a number.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to 444. And here it says that you are protected and guided through your journey. Um, did you want to sort of have any information on the four at all?
Yeah, I guess numerologically, the four is all around that foundation. It's about
Hmm.
setting down the groundwork for what's to come. It's kind of the knuckling down and putting the systems in place. Um, yeah, so maybe that could be also calling you to do the thing and do and take the action maybe.
It's interesting here because my notes have here, it's a symbol of hard work, determination, and practicality, which is what you were saying about
Mm.
your foundations.
It's almost
And
like a Taurus energy, Rach. Like
okay,
that grounded, taking the
yeah,
practical steps
yeah.
and creating the physical foundation.
It says it's also a sign of success and stability in your career.
Mm.
So maybe if it's your career, you're asking questions around, then you may be seeing the fours as opposed to, something else where you might get another number. Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. All right. So let's move on to a 555, which is big changes are coming. So be ready. And So have faith in the adjustments you are making. And my notes say that many people resist change because they're scared. And that has to be overcome because one way or another, they are going to, these changes are going to happen anyway. So you just have to be open for the gentle signs.
It's allowing yourself to be like probably surrendering in and being flexible with what's coming, because
Yeah.
what's coming, as you said, people are quite resistant to change, but that's sometimes, we need that uncomfortable shift to redirect us on our path.
Oh,
So,
1,000,000% we do.
yeah.
And this may also be where the rug's going to be pulled out from under us.
Well, I was going to say, this reminds me of the Tower card, Rach. It's like
yeah,
removing all the stuff
yeah,
that needs to be removed out of your life. That's what I related that to.
So yeah, it's even if we're too scared to make the changes, quite often the changes will happen regardless. So this is just obviously a way of going, oh, this is going to hurt a little bit more, as if we surrender to the process and just embrace those changes as they are needed. Yeah. Alrighty, so then we've got 666. It's not always a nice number. But it's take a step back and reflect on your higher purpose. So, it's one of those things where, well, automatically I've said, ooh, it's not such a great number. Okay. But it could be that we to reflect on our higher purpose, it could be that we're getting stuck in something that's quite selfish for ourselves and not something that's greater and higher. So maybe that's how.
It's like the devil card, Rachel. It's
Yeah,
like
it
getting
is
caught in the ego rather than looking at the higher perspective of things.
Boom, boom, boom. Definitely.
And oh my gosh, of course, 666. Because if I saw that number, I'd be like, oh, like
I know.
that would worry me. But just thinking about it from that that angle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
so
know.
interesting.
And this is what is so powerful about reflecting on this type of thing, is that we are always learning, and we are always having this little thing, this little thing going, there's aha moments. Oh my God, yes, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
So, as much as we're here to highlight things to you, we're here to grasp things at a deeper level, I suppose. Would you say?
Yeah, always been open to that deeper meaning or that shift in perspective, or learning basically.
Yeah, always open to learning. Yeah, we're never going to stop that.
Yes.
All righty. So let's move on to the 777. Now, this is about luck is coming your way, and keep doing what you're doing. Okay. So my notes here is that your guardian angels, it's your guardian's angel's way of telling you to stay strong and to continue moving forward on your journey, even through changes and obstacles. So the path ahead can become challenging, but the message is to keep a positive outlook in order to overcome anything. Oh my God, this is like being in business. It's like, you have this dream, you have the opportunity to make it happen. And there's always times when you think, shit, is today the day that I should just walk away? Or, it's just like, no, but if you believe that, this whatever is going to make a difference, and you just have to keep pushing through, because you're going to be
I always
tested.
feel like seven's like a really internal number, like where you're reconnecting back in with yourself. So I guess that's similar to the 2, isn't it? It's like having that inner trust that it's on its way. And really tap into that
this
knowing.
could be another way of the 7, when you said it's internal and reflective, it's also a way of getting back to what was your original intention for starting the journey in the first place, because quite often we can get pushed off the
Distracted and
side, and
yeah.
definitely pinballed around a little bit, and then we're like, oh, why am I doing this? Is it time to give up? But it's about, I feel this one is about reflecting back to why we started our journey, and to keep going, because luck is coming our way.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, Rach. And to use
Yeah.
that introspection and just to regroup
Mm.
and to reground and
Yeah.
mm.
All
Oh,
righty.
love the
So
next one.
yeah, everyone loves the 888. So 888. So manifest abundance. Everything is falling into place. Now, would you like to say anything about this one?
Oh, I just think eight to me is all around finances and abundance and growth, career. I don't know, just luck. It's almost like a
Excuse
Jupiter
me.
energy, isn't it?
Yeah, and my notes here are saying that it's also the 888 is also associated with karma. So it's like, what
Oh.
goes around comes around. So what you put
Mm.
out is going to come back to you. So that's actually a completely different, way of looking at it as well. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
because
that though.
in the tarot rage, the
Yeah,
magician has that symbol,
yeah,
which is like, manifesting, what
yeah,
you want into reality and knowing that you are the creator of your reality. So,
yeah, yeah.
I like that.
So maybe this is also a way of just keeping you you know keeping in touch with that higher self as well, is like, make sure what you're manifesting isn't going to harm others, because in
Mm,
retrospect it's going to come back and slap you up the back of the head, you know
yes. For the
um
good of all or not at all.
yes.
That's a little saying I
I
like to
love
use.
it. Oh my God, I haven't heard that
When
one.
you're manifesting for the good of all or not at all, because it has to serve
Oh,
everybody involved. It can't just be for the individual. And it's also, I feel like the eights too, like tapping into your inner power as well, like knowing
oh,
how
do you
powerful
know,
you
this
are.
is making me so emotional. Oh, yeah. I love that perspective of it, and
Yeah.
making, for the good of all or not at all. I love it,
Mm,
because when we try and manifest stuff, quite often we're so self-focused.
mm,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. It has to
love
be
it.
bigger than us.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's almost, like that. The 666 is, it's about, um, you know, it's going back to that higher purpose. You know,
Mm,
what is the purpose of all of this? So
mm,
yeah. Whoa, that was a pretty. You know what? The 888, like in the the Asians use it as their lucky number. So it has such a positive
mm,
connotation. But I love the fact that, just in our little chat here, we've been able to highlight that it's very karmic. So,
mm,
what we, it has to be done with the right energy as well.
mm.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So
So
nine. Nine,
nine.
nine,
So
nine. Wow.
it's your moment of clarify, let go of what is not, sorry, of clarity, maybe let go of
I think it's meant to
what
be
is not,
clarity.
not serving you. So
Mm,
it's also about, it signifies completion and new beginnings, which is almost like,
mm,
what it is in numerology. So
mm,
it urges trust in the process of life, and brings closure to relationships and careers, and encourages reflection and growth. Embracing change, practicing non-resistance, and remaining open-hearted are key. So
mm,
yeah, so this is another way of shedding stuff that is no longer going to serve you on your journey.
mm. It's very
And yeah,
idealistic number, the nine too. So it is really going, okay, well, you know, stepping into that higher perspective and choosing things to take along that do serve you
yeah,
and letting go of the
and
rest.
exactly. And or even, I suppose, the nine having that clarity in the moment. So it's almost like, well, you know, if something in your life's not working for you one way, maybe it's time to let that way go and just try a new way. But you have to be very sure of what the new way of doing things is that you're asking to come in. I'm feeling like this is a Mercury retrograde for me.
Do you know what? I just this is like the energy of the tarot, the Hanged Man.
Yeah.
Which is like a man hanging upside down. So the whole idea of that card is as we shift the angle that we view things, the things that we look at change. So I don't know, that just kind of popped in for me with the 999. So, you know, maybe taking a little bit of a different angle or stepping back and going, okay, well, this is how I've always looked at things.
Yeah.
How else? What other options do I have available to me, and what's that going to look like moving forward?
That's such a beautiful way of putting it, isn't it? Right, I'm going to stop sharing our page, and you get to see us. Yeah, so that was really interesting, and the beauty of us sharing that, I feel, is that we got to really have a look at things a little bit differently as well, other than, you know, just taking it at face value. Oh, it means this, and running with it. So
yeah, absolutely. Really dissecting it, and I think at the end of the day, Rach, you can read the meaning, but like I think it's important that you do like what the 7 does, and you tap in and go, but what does this really mean to me? Like
exactly. What is this to me? When I see repetitive numbers, regardless of what number they are, it's really it's making me just take note of what message is trying to come through. What do I need to be aware of? And, you know, regardless of whether it's the triple ones or 111 or whatever, then it's like, okay, there's something here that I really need to be, you know, taking notice of. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just noticing the time. It's 12:22, so trust it's coming in. Yeah.
Very good.
No, I think that's I don't have anything else to add on that one, Rach.
Beautiful. Did you want to pull a card at all?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what needs to what would like
for
to
the
come
collective out there.
Oh, okay. So we have 2 cards. Interesting, the 8 of Swords, which we had just recently.
We had that last,
and then the 10 of Cups, which, oh my gosh, you don't get a more beautiful card than the 10 of Cups. So the 8 of Swords is that reminder that we have a choice in our thoughts, you know, and to be consciously aware of our thinking, the processes that we have, and like it is our choice, you know, and shifting that perspective, then we're able to shift the way we look at things as well. So to be really conscious of those thought processes. And the 10 of Cups is, you know, I guess shifting those perspectives, but life can look how we want it to look. You know, we can have all the emotional fulfillment. And it's just a choice of how we choose to look at things. So it's just a beautiful, all the goodness, all the emotional fulfillment is a 10 of Cups. So
I'm just sitting here, sorry, I closed my eyes because I was really trying to pull those two together. So I'm going to ask you to take the bottom card, but don't pull it up yet. So the what was the 8 of?
The 8 of Swords. So that's all about the intellect and coming to the realization that we do have control and that maybe our thoughts have been keeping us stuck.
Yeah, and if you can actually see on the card, the mirror looks like she's blindfolded and tied up, but in reality she's not. So it's her mind that's keeping her there stuck. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and with the 10 of Cups, it's almost like, you know, just creating. So if we can overcome the 8 of Swords, then we can create whatever life we want to. Okay, so what's the card on the bottom?
Okay, so what energy are you feeling, Rach?
Ooh, I feel it's a really abundant energy.
Mhm.
And I don't know, there's a bit of gold there. So, all right, show me.
Well, we have the lovers, which I think perfectly
Ooh,
suits this. So
yeah.
the lovers is, I mean, it could be relationships, but I like to read this as like honoring all aspects of ourselves,
Mm, yeah.
honoring the shadow and the light, and bringing it all into balance. It's all about self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just bringing that balance and harmony into our life, which
And
I
I,
feel like is a
yeah,
great one following these two.
definitely. And it's, I think that's what the energy is at the moment, is it's about trying to find the balance which is right for us. Like we can
Mm,
we can, follow people and it looks to be working for them, and we try and implement it and it just doesn't work because it's all an individual experience. So we have to find what works for us. Yeah, for
because
sure.
we get to choose what our joy and filling our cup up looks like. But if we're just going
Oh
to
my
follow the
gosh.
crowd and do what we think we should do, like do the conditioned version,
Mm-hmm.
then we're going to be the chick in the mirror. But we
Oh,
get to choose
yeah,
and
we do.
create.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to
What
be
our
our way. It
balance
has to
looks
be
like.
individual and it has
Yeah,
to be our way. And it's all about honoring
yeah. Self.
ourselves,
Mm.
self-love, self-connection.
Oh, I wish you were
Mm.
here to high five. I'm just like, oh my God. Ooh,
Love it.
yeah, the energy I'm feeling with just, talking about that is just like high vibe. I love it. All
Mm.
righty. Well, I hope you got something out of today's little Rach and Fi Unplugged, and yeah, really sit with when you get to see the numbers repeating for you. Just try and go, oh, what's this telling me? And yeah, if you want to leave us a little bit of feedback and let us know how they show up for you and what your take is on it, we'd love to hear. Until next time, bye for now.
Bye.